Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This reading is going to be for the sign of Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign. This is your May monthly reading. These are coming late. I'm seeing the World card with the Eight of Pentacles, so definitely could be some changes regarding work or regarding your monetary situation. It does seem like that's something you might be thinking about. Not altogether unheard of in these times, right? I'm seeing the Eight of Swords reversed. So getting out of a past cycle of being stuck or of feeling stagnant could very well be with another person. So either in a relationship or again, it could be related to work here. Kind of am feeling like, even though I didn't shuffle that much, like that's the place to cut the cards for y'all. And you're first for these readings. Two of Wands, so you need to make a decision again around work here. Very interesting, the Eight of Pentacles coming up again. You have a lot of reversals coming up here. I'm seeing the Queen of Wands in reverse in the past, okay? Could also be related to work or not having taken action on something. Okay, and you have the Queen of Cups grounding you. 10 of Wands, perhaps a burdensome kind of energy. I'm feeling like we might clarify. Let's see what's coming up here at the top. Strength in reverse. Okay, Capricorns, what's going on? Because we have a lot of fire energy and now earth energy all in the reverse. It does feel a little bit topsy-turvy. The only card coming up here in the upright here is the Queen of Cups. So hopefully there is some sense of stability in terms of your emotional world, your emotional environment. Again, could be related to a relationship, either walking away from a relationship cycle that did seem stuck or stagnant, okay? In the past, Queen of Wands could definitely be dealing with a fire sign, specifically Sagittarius is what I get off this card, but it could be Aries or Leo as well with the Queen of Wands here. This could be related to you, could be related to someone that you are connecting with, okay? Queen of Wands energy is about harnessing power and action. I do feel like, someone here either decided not to sort of put in the work around something, or there just feels like a lack of work or a lack of effort. Again, could be in a connection, could be related to your work, could be sort of like a malaise or a dissatisfaction in terms of your work life, what's going on with your work. And that could be why this new cycle of change is coming in. You're knowing you're needing to make some kind of a move or decision, but there does seem to be some hesitancy around that. Okay, perhaps you're having trouble prioritizing what to do first or something along those lines. If that is something that you're struggling with, my number one go-to recommendation always is just to meditate. Sometimes we really have to put things down, take a step away from it so that we can get the bird's eye view. And if you notice here on this card, that's really what I get here, right? With the figure on the card really being very contemplative. And you can see there that ring of pentacles around the roses. To me, this implies groundedness. Again, some coming full circle or having a new cycle here as it pertains to work. But there does feel like there's some sort of delay or blockage in terms of this, again, because there's some form of inaction. I'm inclined to say, Capricorn, right? Like if this is actions that you're needing to take, then this is very much so you. And it could be that there are emotional sort of attachments or issues going on with here that are perhaps causing some of these blockages or delays for you. I definitely don't feel like this is something that will subsist or go on long term, because I do feel like there's going to be an impetus or a need to change, right? It's almost like we are gifted the opportunity to implement changes when we sort of know that we have to. But if we kind of drag our feet on that, it's like sooner or later those changes will come in anyway. And just as I did that, I put the Queen of Wands back down. You know what? I'm going to leave it like that because I can do that. But it is, because again, it's like you are going to take action here. It's just about getting some clarity, again, perhaps prioritizing and making a decision or a choice, right? And then putting the requisite action and work behind whatever that decision or choice may be. Two of Wands in your present energy, again, coming up here reversed, okay? Again, making that decision, choosing a path, okay, or prioritizing here. Often with the Two of Wands, it is very much to me like an energy of, again, really connecting and linking with your intuition and having this groundedness and alignment here, right? It's almost like the way he's standing is very poised and together and straight. It's grounded, it's clear, right? That clarity that's going to allow you to make a decision. And it does feel like there is a strong choice between repeating a past cycle here. Okay, again, with that Eight of Swords, could also very well be a karmic cycle, especially if we're talking about a relationship here, or even a work situation. It can be karmic as well. And a new cycle, okay? And I feel like you're really being encouraged and propelled towards the new direction, okay? Yeah, okay. I think I might clarify that card, but let's keep going and then I'll clarify towards the end, okay? Eight of Pentacles in the reverse in your future placement. So I am feeling like there might be some relative like monetary ups and downs, but remember we did see this card at the outset with the World, okay? So a new cycle in terms of work. Now, it could be that perhaps you're taking some kind of monetary loss with that. Sometimes that's what happens when we, you know, quote unquote, follow our dreams, is that we have to make some sacrifices on the front end in order for it to pay dividends in the long term, right? But it's having that vision and that clarity and setting that as your goal that's going to allow you to do that in the moment, as opposed to in the moment getting fearful or caught up over, you know, material or monetary matters, understanding that those things are important too, right? But sometimes like focusing on that too much, or if there's people around us who are pressuring us like, oh, well, you have a good job, et cetera, et cetera. It's like, don't let that stop you from moving in the direction that you need to go. Because again, there's a cycle here coming to an end that feels very stuck or stagnant. Again, whether that's in work or in a partnership. And oftentimes, right, like none of these things in our life exist in a vacuum. This all happens at the same time. And again, as I'm talking to you, I'm putting this Eight of Pentacles back down in the upright. So again, I do feel like there's action that's going to be taken here, right? After some time, some period of contemplation and reflection, really sort of getting a bird's eye view, right? And the cards are literally depicting this, getting a bird's eye view of what this new goal and direction is, and then going for it, right? Okay. So grounding you, like I mentioned, is the Queen of Cups, emotional matters here, all right? I am feeling like, because the crowning energy that you have here is Seven of Pentacles energy, and sometimes in this deck, this Cosmic Tarot, this can sometimes represent the quote unquote divorce card, okay? So whether this is a dissolution of a relationship, somehow I feel like if that's the case, Capricorn, it's not actually you, but perhaps someone close to you or around you, okay? It can also be talking about, again, those sort of monetary ups and downs. Now, that being said, I do like seeing the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, because to me that indicates that, you know, there's an overcoming of this situation, whether this is monetary woes or again, whether this was sort of like troubled waters in a relationship. It does feel like it's coming to a close. That will be one of the cards that I clarify. I think we'll probably clarify these two here on the top and in the middle. And yeah, like I said, Queen of Cups pertaining to your emotional world. So again, that Seven of Pentacles, whether it's work or whether it's relationship, definitely could be related to, it's like following your heart, really following your passions. And while I, especially in the case of like a relationship or walking away from some sort of work or business sort of situation, I do feel like there was love or passion there in the past, and that there still is, just that there's this change, okay? And there's this need for change and transformation, which is very much so aligned with the energy of the Scorpio full moon that we have today. Actually, it was earlier this morning. And I did film a reading for it. If you would like, check that out. That is listed on the channel too. So, okay, let's clarify. I'm seeing the Three of Pentacles. So again, lots of Pentacles energy, which is your energy, Capricorn, as an earth sign, but definitely could be talking about a work situation, partnership, could also be talking about a relationship. And I do feel like if there is this dissolution of a relationship, there does feel like there was like a third party element. Not to say that there was another person, but there does seem like there was like issues like or distractions in the relationship that has caused this breakdown, okay? And again, I'm feeling like, you know, I'm seeing a lot of the number 10, which is this karmic completion sort of cycle, okay? Or the completion of a karmic cycle, is what I'm trying to say rather. All right, so let's clarify Two of Wands reverse. The Hangman, yeah. So you just need time to think about it, okay? Hangman is Piscean energy. Again, hanging back, getting a really bird's eye view of the situation, not taking action until you're really ready to, until you're guided to, until you know what it is, what the best decision is that's for you. And again, right, sometimes on this Hangman card, I see the sun or I see the moon. And again, we did have a full moon in Scorpio, or we do have a full moon in Scorpio, right now, right? And that energy carries through until the next full moon, right? So this could be happening over a span of time, like a month or so, or if not longer. But I do feel like many people right now are getting, spiritual messages and downloads, okay? Whether that's just thoughts or ideas that may occur to them, dreams that they're having. Those of you who've watched me for a while know that I always encourage dream journaling, okay? But yeah, getting that introspection is going to be super key and necessary to making this decision. It's almost like you're not really meant to make this decision until you have done that work, okay? Meditation, journaling, whatever speaks to you, right? Some people, they get their ideas in the shower. They get their ideas while exercising, whatever works for you. Okay. Whoa, that's too many. So I'm going to leave the King of Swords here. I will talk about the other cards because I do feel like if this is related to a work situation or a relationship, okay? And again, so could be several different scenarios here actually, because I said initially that this could be someone around you, but this actually could be you as well, like related directly to you is what I mean to say. But it feels like a past person. Again, this sort of stuck or stagnant past cycle. You have the King of Swords reverse here. So definitely could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, right? King of Swords, it's very, and when it's in the upright, very decision-making, discerning kind of energy. When I see this King of Swords in reverse, it's right, it's like the antithesis of that. It's like maybe someone who's not very decisive, right? Or who sort of waffles, goes back and forth a lot about their decisions. Look, I'm one of the most indecisive people, so I'm not judging. I'm just saying it's a certain type of energy, okay, or characteristics that I'm seeing off of this card. Could also be someone who, despite all those other things that I just mentioned, is also like a bit controlling. And there could be issues of truthiness, I feel like, with this person, okay? They might have a tendency to omit certain things or to out and out lie or manipulate, okay? It doesn't feel very good. Again, it feels like you are getting away from this or someone is getting away from this, again, whether it's a relationship or whether it's work. Yeah, and I do feel like also like this person or situation could have also been the cause of some monetary loss or issues here, okay? So let's see what other cards came up here. Wow. Okay, this is very telling. So yeah, there's definitely a true pair here. We have the Queen of Swords coming up, okay? And again, remember when I mentioned third party energy here? I love this card because it's literally like, she's seeing what's happening here in the background and deciding to cut this out. It does feel like, there's indecision kind of energy around both parties. So again, with the Seven of Pentacles, it's like, it does feel like, maybe, and it could have, this again could be happening over a period of time, but it's like on, off again kind of energy. And I'm seeing this cycle. Okay. So whether this is you in a relationship or a work dynamic, or whether this is someone around you experiencing something like this. Okay. We also have the Princess of Pentacles. So earth energy for sure. Okay. Your sign, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo energy. I love this card. You see that ram wave there in the background. I do feel like this could have definitely been a marriage because I'm seeing like the Emperor and the Empress. Not here on the board, but I'm seeing that depicted and reflected in the cards. Like perhaps if this is you or whether this is someone else, could very well have been that these people have been married in the past. They could be married now and again going through some sort of dissolution or divorce of that relationship or contemplating it, going back and forth about it is the energy that I'm feeling here. I do feel this like here and then there, like flip-flopping. That's what it is, flip-flopping kind of energy. I feel like there could have also been a past life relationship that this is related to, okay? And you have the Lovers card here, but you do have the Lovers in reverse, air energy, Gemini, and I forget what other sign that can be. I need to do some more research around the major arcanas and what signs they represent. They represent certain signs to me. The Lovers is always Gemini. But yeah, I am feeling like a past relationship, okay? We have more air energy here with the Star, okay? Aquarian energy. Star card is also about healing energy. I do feel like healing is occurring or needs to occur in this situation, okay? Perhaps forgiving past actions or inactions or words even, because I'm just seeing like, excuse me, I'm seeing like speaking. And then we have the World card in the upright. It's actually, okay, of all the cards, hold on, let me just turn this around. It's the only card coming up in the upright. The World, okay? Virgo energy, grounded energy, your element, again, really getting that insight and that introspection. The thing about this healing is that this is what leads to the World card, to that ability to sort of start anew or renew, okay? And quite frankly, it's very interesting with this relationship because it could be like that there is transformation happening within these individuals in the relationship, right? Which then might give that relationship some sort of future potential, or, right, which is probably more likely, especially here with the Lovers card coming up, it's like moving into a new state of whatever that relationship connection is going to be and opening the door to new things, okay? I'm just gonna leave these cards here since they came out. Let's see, was there anything else that I wanted to clarify? I don't think so. Seven of Swords, notice again the full moon sort of imagery here. I am also just with that Aquarian energy, I am feeling like there does feel like a sort of illusory or a misleading kind of energy. This could have been stuff that has happened in the past. Again, there could be forgiveness or healing around the past if that was involved. And I'm seeing the Three of Cups reverse. So again, more of that sort of third-party interference energy. Doesn't necessarily have to be a person specifically, but it could be. But with the Three of Cups reversed, I do feel like, there's like a change again sort of happening with that behavior, but not necessarily seeing like a celebratory outcome in terms of whatever that past situation or past person may have been. Like I'm not necessarily seeing like a reconciliation or a rekindling of that relationship. I'm just seeing a change happening that does seem to have positive outcomes, especially for the earth, the grounded energy of the reading, which is you, Capricorn. Okay, now let's get an oracle. Let me see. I think I'm gonna do, or I might get two. This is a very in-depth reading. I don't know, y'all had the most views last time, so that's why you're first. And I did just see career change, okay? So that could definitely be the case for a few of you. I'm also seeing talk to your angels. So, again, meditation, journaling, prayer is a good form of talking to the angels. Connecting with animals and with nature, okay? Going outside, super important right now. Author, this card has come up now twice today. You have a book inside of you that wishes to be expressed. Make the time to write it. I love that card. And let's see, should I do one more? Yeah, okay, we'll do a numerology affirmation. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do, look at that, manifestation, number 8 coming out here, and you did have the 8 of Pentacles. And I did just see the number 9, completion as well. So that's definitely pertaining to the past cycle. Time out, which is that hangman energy, making sure to get time to rest, relax, introspect. Okay, I saw parenting. So this could be a situation that involves parents, or perhaps you're a parent. This is a spiritual connection over here, okay? It's almost like whatever has happened in this relationship or this connection or this situation was meant to happen in this lifetime so that there could be, so that all parties involved, but I'm speaking specifically to the Capricorn collective here, so that you could experience some type of personal and spiritual growth here. So I'm going to read for that card and read the affirmation, and then I'll close the reading. And I just saw karmic completion. So yeah, there's definitely an end to a past cycle here, okay? Spirituality. This card indicates a need to enhance your connection to the divine, to improve your relationship with yourself, as well as your quality of life. You are not a human being having a spiritual experience. You are a spiritual being having a human experience, and your relationship with Source is your path to inner peace. When you find your way to God, you find your way back home. By selecting this card, you are being encouraged to celebrate and strengthen your relationship with the divine in whichever way you choose. You may opt for prayer, meditation, chanting, yoga, or periods of silence and contemplation, perhaps quiet time in nature, going on a retreat, or attending a place of worship is something you prefer. Doesn't matter which option you choose, for there is no right or wrong. Only you can know your ultimate path to God. And the affirmation here says, my relationship with the divine is my path to inner peace. Beautiful. I really like the way this came out. Really, really nice reading, Capricorn. Lots of changes, it feels like, coming in here. Lots of ups and downs as well. But I feel like y'all are sort of well-versed in that kind of an experience, okay? It's almost like you Capricorn and Scorpio energy is very related, right? And Scorpio is that death energy. And again, we had a full moon in Scorpio, or have a full moon in Scorpio energy right now. So it's all about metaphorical death and transformation, okay? In some cases, literal death as well. I don't know why, I just felt like I had to add that caveat, but not trying to scare anyone. I'm just being like realistic with what's going on right now. But yeah, death and transformation and rebirth, okay? And there does feel like there's this renewal and newness and these new beginnings that are starting to come in, or will start to come in for you very soon. So Capricorns, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If the reading resonated, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so on my website. I'd also appreciate a follow for, or subscribe to my newsletter. And there's also a podcast that I co-host called the Self-Care Kickback, which is available on Apple, Spotify, SoundCloud, and Anchor. So Capricorn, again, thank you so much for tuning into this reading. I hope it did help, and I look forward to seeing you in the next reading. Bye.